Hi, this is Melissa with A Creative Journey with Melissa, and today I have a really cute, very simple, super way to use up your scraps and also make some crafts and celebrate coffee. Woohoo! So, if you haven't checked out the Coffee Lovers Blog Hop that I am participating in, make sure you go to our blog. The link is in the YouTube description, or check out our blog. It's on our website at www.acreativejourneywithmelissa.com or www.acjwm.com. Either one of those places, or YouTube, of course, you could get the information to get to our website and check us out. This blog hop we have going on, we are one of the super sponsors, and we are honored to be doing so. And there are so many prizes, so much inspiration, so many different amazing things that it's just unbelievable. So be sure you check it out. Be sure you can even create and participate. There's just lots of great things for you to do. So with that, that's what inspired me today. And so I'm going to show you a really great way to use up your scraps. I love this technique. I love the way it works, and I love how simple it is. If you've ever seen my videos before, you know that I am one that likes a great creation with simple and quick time. Simple blah 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 blah. I have a rented tongue today. Clearly it's not working. I think I need to maybe pay my my dues. At any rate, I like simple techniques. I like to have great results, and that's what I'm showing you today. Okay, so here are all the items that you'll need to create this awesome creation, and I'll show you the creation in just a second. You will need some scraps. You'll need the Spellbinders Die Delights, and it is called Hipster 1, and it's number S2212. I'll show you a close-up of that. Okay, and we're going to be using this cute little coffee cup die. Okay, and then of course we need our adhesive. We have a punch right here that is a washi tape punch, so it makes it look like it's washi tape. We have our acrylic block. We have some foam squares for the 3D dimension that we'll need. We have some Memento black ink, which I love Memento, and that's all I use because it works great with alcohol markers as well as everything else. We have some scissors. We have our card base. We have the piece of paper that will be going onto the card base. And then we have our embossing folder. This is a dot folder, and I'll show you this close up here. You can use whichever one you want. I like this one. There's a number of them that I like. As long as it has a pretty good detailed texture, it'll work great for this. We have some raffia, and we have, of course, our fantastic, phenomenal A Creative Journey stamp set that is awesome. So we love to use this for our holidays. We have two different kinds, actually. We have one that covers fall, and this is fall and winter holiday sentiments, and this is spring and summer celebrations. Holiday celebrations. But these are the two that we have, and we have a great sale going on. If you go to our website, we have 25% off everything as long as it's not a sale. As long as it's not a sale item, and these are normally $6.95. I'm sorry, these are normally $7.95, and when you use the coupon, they turn out to be less than $6.95. So I think that's really great. At any rate, so these are great to go together, or you can just get the fall one, or you can just get the spring one, or you can get them both. At any rate, so this is the fall and winter holiday sentiments. I want you to check this out. What we're going to be using is we're going to be using Happy Fall, which is right there. But as you can see, this covers Halloween, fall, Thanksgiving. So Grateful is really good for a thank you note, or of course for Thanksgiving. Happy Hanukkah, Season's Greetings, so that would cover anybody else that isn't in this holiday setup. We have Merry Christmas and Winter Wishes. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to show you exactly what you're going to be creating, but let me put everything aside so we can get our items, all our ducks in a row, or coffee cups in a row. How you like that? So we'll put all this stuff to the side. I want to show you what exactly we're creating so you can see the awesome cute little card that you'll be able to make. And the cool thing about this is that you can really mass produce it. So once I show you how to make this awesome card, you will be able to mass produce this, and it will be awesome, and you will love it. And I hope you share the great ideas you come up with using this, because it is so super duper cute. You could really use it for any holiday, birthday. You could use it for anything, because really what doesn't coffee go with? Coffee goes with everything, right? Birthday, celebration, fall, winter, you name it, it goes with it. So this is a card we'll be making, and what we're going to do is first we're going to start off by getting out our base piece of paper, which is the colored paper, and we're going to, excuse me, actually let's do this first. I am going to first start off by taking a white piece of paper, and I'm going to make a, let me grab a piece, I'm gonna just take a piece of scratch paper, another example of me using a piece of scratch paper. So we're gonna do this first, we're gonna do the sentiment. So we will need our acrylic block, we will need our stamp set, and this is my stamp set that I use, and as you can see it's definitely been loved a lot. And we're also going to need our punch. So we won't need the punch right yet, but we will in a minute. So I figured I might as well just pull it all out and get it together. So we've got that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our stamp off. Now these are photopolymer stamps. People call them acrylic. They're actually photopolymer, and we also call them clear stamps. I like these stamps because they're clear and you can see where you're placing them. So if you want to stamp, say even on a photo, you could stamp right on a photo and have that stamp exactly where you want it, so you don't have to worry about stamping it on someone's face. That would be bad. So we're just going to apply it just like that, and as you can see, it doesn't come off. It's just the type of material that the photopolymer is. It kind of has like a sticky to it. It's not sticky, it doesn't leave a residue. It just basically sticks to the acrylic. So it's sticking right there, and we're going to be using the Happy Fall. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to open up our ink, and I'm going to do 2 of these just because sometimes I make mistakes and I will need more than one. So I'm going to do one right here, and I'm going to do another one right next to it, right here, in case I need another. Okay, so we can put this aside. I'll close up my ink. I don't need the ink anymore. And to clean this off, you could do one of 3 things. You can use soap and water. You can gently pat it with a paper towel. I will be cleaning this off later with soap and water. Or you can use a stamp cleaner, but you want to make sure you don't use a stamp cleaner that has a really high solvent base in it. Usually like a warm soap. Sorry, I always say that, warm soap and water. I don't know why. Warm water and soap. If you use that, that's usually the best thing. But there are some stamp cleaners that work really well, but don't have a solvent base so that they won't break down your photopolymer stamps. Okay? So we've got that. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take this cute little punch, and I'm going to punch them both out just in case, like I said, I make a mistake. And this is also a great way for you to build up your card inventory so that you know you'll have some extras, okay? So I'm going to put that right like this. That's one. And then I'll move this cutie up a little bit. And that's 2. So we've got those ready to go. You can put the punch on the side. And here, this is just so you can see the creation we will be making. So we have this ready. That's great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our paper here. This is our background paper. Okay. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be placing our die cuts that we created with the die, and these are little coffee cups. If you didn't notice that, they're little coffee cups and they're really adorable. I just used some of my scrap pieces of paper from creations that I made for this hop earlier, and I believe I wrote down that I was using Simple Stories, and I'm actually using Echo Park paper, so I'm going to have to change that on my blog post. My apologies. But it's really, I just love the color, and I love the texture, and I love the design. So and they all go together because it's a coordinating set. So I thought, oh, what would be more perfect than just using these on this card? So that's what I'm doing. So we will be using this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to quickly just show you how to use this die right here. So we're going to Make sure we have the proper platform, and what we're doing is we're just going to be opening and having tab 1 open. This is the, I don't know if it's plastic or acrylic or what type of platform. I believe it's an acrylic platform. So we're going to be putting this down next, and then after that we're going to feed this through. This just makes it easier for me and why I do it this way. So we're just going to feed this through, and then what we're going to need, excuse me, we're going to need the die. So we're going to take that cute little die that I showed you earlier. So let me pull that out so I can show you. Here we go. We're just going to take this die out. Okay. I'm going to put the rest of them back in so they stay in their right place. And we are going to use a cute little piece of paper right here. If I can find it. Here we go. Now I'm just showing you this for purposes of showing you how to die cut. I'm not going to die cut all of them to save time for this actual creation, but just so you know, in case you're not familiar with die cutting, this is your die cut, or this is your die that will cut your paper and then turn it into a die cut. So we have this die right here, like I spoke about earlier, okay? So we're going to place the die face down, because as you can see here, there's some texture to it. So you want to make sure you place the texture part or the embossed part on the way down, facing the part where you want the color. So like I want it facing the green. If I wanted it the other way, it would be just white. Okay, so we're going to face this down like this, and then we need to cover this up, and we'll just put this right, put this right up here, and then we take the handle. I'll scoot this over just a little bit. We take the handle and we run, and then we would run back. But what I really need to do first, which is kind of silly, it's just one of those days. I need to, for this part, I need to do it on this side. My mistake. We'll just do this like so, just to cut out the die itself. Okay? So let's do it this way, and that gives enough pressure so that it'll cut out the item. Okay? We'll set this aside, and this is what it looks like once it's cut out. Okay, you see how the line is? Let's show you a little close up. Okay, and then you just pop that out. So now you have your die cut. Your die cut your paper. That's kind of how it goes. All right, so now that we have that, we're ready to go. Now I'm just going to utilize all the ones that I already had cut out and right here, as you can see. But what we're going to do now is we're going to emboss the paper once I've adhered all of the items that I want on there. Okay, so let's do this. Here are the coffee cups. Here's our sample. And like I said, once you've got this figured out, it's super easy to follow and for sure recreate. If you have your favorite stamp, you could actually make some stamps and cut those out, either fussy cut them or use a die or use a Brother Scan and Cut or the silhouette, whatever item that you do have that you can use to cut out your stamped image, you would use that, and you can place multiple on here and do the same exact thing with anything. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to put some adhesive on the back of this right here. And I'm just going to place them similarly to the way that they're on here. Just makes it easier so we have the same kind of pattern. Okay. And then we have this cutie right here. And we'll put this right here. And then we'll place this right here. And then this one we'll place over here. And then this one over here. And I'm just kind of staggering them. I don't want them too close together because then it will look kind of silly. But I'm just kind of staggering them. If you'd like, you're always welcome to make a huge piece of paper, like a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and do this, stagger them, and then you could cut it to the size that you need and then emboss it. The embossing folders, the largest one that I'm aware of is a 5 by 7, so you wouldn't want to have a 12 by 12 because you'd still have to cut it down, okay? So this is the almost finished product, okay, right there. But what we're going to do is we're going to take our scissors and we're just going to trim off the edges, okay? So see where it's overhanging there? This little overhang we're going to trim off just to make it look neat. It doesn't have to be neat, and you can do this after you emboss, but I found that it makes it easier just doing it now, so that's why I'm doing it. And because I have a little bit of adhesive on here, it actually stuck to the scissors, which worked out perfect, so now I can just throw it out. So now we have this right here, okay? So this is before it's embossed, and this is after. I'll show you a quick close-up. You could really do it either way. That's totally up to you, all right? But we're going to emboss it for this project, okay? So we're going to get our Big Shot, which is our manual die cut machine, and we're going to use this guy. And like I was saying before, and I jumped a step, is you want to use tab 1. The other one you just use tab 2. So we're going to then put this right here. Okay. We're going to get our embossing folder out, and we're going to place this paper inside the embossing folder. Decide whether or not you want it to stick in or stick out, because if you want it to stick out, then you're going to want this. If you want to stick in, you want to stick like this. So you just, what I mean by that is whether you want the design to poke towards you or away from you, okay? So we're just going to stick this like this, make sure it's kind of even, doesn't have to be perfect, and close it up. So now you're ready to put it through the embossing process. So you're going to close that up. You're going to use this cutie and just put that right on top, and we're ready to rock and roll. So you just turn your handle like so. And you are done. So you have now, let me take this Big Shot away. You have now your embossed piece of paper. So this is what it looks like when it comes out, okay? And that is the back, this is the front. So now this is the easy part. Now all we have to do is just put it all together. And like I said, you could mass produce this. This works really easily. It's much easier to do multiple at a time, and then you can always have some extras in the on the side in case you need to send someone a card or something, okay? So first we're going to adhere this. So we're just going to put some adhesive on the back of all the sides. Make sure it stays. And then we're going to place this about center here. I have to move it just a little bit. It's a little bit crooked. Okay, like this. Looks good. We're going to push it down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the stamped sentiment, Happy Fall, and we're going to put some raffia around it. So we're going to take that right here. That's what this is. I love using it, especially for fall, because I think it really accents how much it really is, you know, it really makes it feel like it's a fall creation. To me, it reminds me of straw, and I'm guessing that's probably the point of me using it and the point of why people use it often in their fall creations. So we're just wrapping this around. Oops. I'm going to wrap it around, and you can do it a couple times. I usually do 3. And then you're just going to close it like that, and then I'll tie it into a knot. Okay? And then you'll cut off the extra pieces, or the extra long piece, I mean. You could leave it on if you want for design sakes. That's totally up to you. I don't care for it to be too long. So I will trim it right here, and I will trim it right here. Okay. So now we have that done. We're all set with that. We can put this aside. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our 3D squares right here so that we can get some dimension when putting this on. I'm going to use 4. And we're just going to simply take these and just peel off the back paper. And then we will place it on our card. Just like so. And that's it. You've created your card. Now, I really am glad to be able to show this to you today. It's really a neat way for you to use up your scraps with your favorite die, no matter what it is. And you could create a whole bunch of different cards and have those on hand. Make a generic type card so that you can use them for happy birthday, thinking of you, whatever. Like I said, coffee goes with everything. So thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Please be sure to check out the blog hop we're involved in. It ends, I believe, October... I'm trying to remember. I think it's October 2nd, but no, actually that's when the prizes are announced. Check on my blog. I apologize. I don't have the exact date. I'm thinking it is September 30th, which is Friday it ends, and then October 2nd all the prizes are announced, both on my blog and the Coffee Lovers blog. All the information is on my website. Check out my blog, go to my blog, and you will find out all the info. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed going on a creative journey with Melissa. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.